All right, let's talk about ChatGPT. It feels like actual magic, right? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how the trick is done. It's simpler than you think.
The first thing that just blows your mind is the speed. I mean, you ask it something super complex, and bam, an answer just starts pouring out, almost instantly. How on earth is that even possible?
Yeah, it's so quick, you kind of wonder, is there a tiny little robot inside the computer just typing away like mad? It's a funny thought, but trust me, the real answer is actually way cooler.
And that really brings us to the biggest question of all, doesn't it? Does ChatGPT actually think like us? Is it conscious? Does it get what you're saying? This is the big mystery we're going to crack right now.
Okay, so to really get our heads around this, we're going to use a super simple but really powerful analogy. Let's just forget about computers for a second, and instead let's talk about a very, very special parrot. Okay, so picture this. You've got this super parrot. And this isn't just any parrot. This one has basically read millions of books, listened in on billions of conversations. It knows everything from silly jokes to serious science. It can even whip up a poem if you ask it to.
Pretty amazing, right? But, and this is the big twist, here's the catch. The parrot doesn't understand a single word it's saying, not one. It's an incredible mimic, but it has absolutely zero comprehension. It doesn't know what makes a joke funny. It just knows the pattern of words that people laugh at. It's not thinking. It doesn't have feelings. It only has patterns. And that parrot, well, that's basically ChatGPT. So the official kind of nerdy term for this word-predicting parrot is something you've probably heard thrown around, LLM. It stands for Large Language Model, and I promise it's not nearly as complicated as it sounds. Let's just break it down real quick. Large? That just means it learned from a ridiculous amount of text. We're talking lots and lots of it. Language? Well, that's what it learned. Words, sentences, stories, the whole shebang. And model? That's just a fancy way of saying it's a kind of brain-like system that's built with math. So a large language model is just a big math brain for words. Simple. Okay, if you only remember one thing from this entire explainer, make it this. Its entire, incredibly complex, mind-blowing job boils down to one simple thing. Guess the next word. That's it. That's the secret. So you're probably thinking, wait, how does just guessing the next word create whole essays or poems? Well, let's think of it like a simple game. A game your own brain is playing constantly, without you even realizing it. So if I say once upon a time, there was a little... See? Your brain immediately wants to fill in that blank, right? You're already thinking of words like girl or prince or puppy based on every story you've ever heard. Well, ChatGPT does the exact same thing, but with a ton of math. It analyzes the prompt, a little, and then it calculates the odds for all the possible words that could come next. Boy, girl, cat, maybe even dragon. Then it picks the one with the highest probability. So let's say it picks dragon. Now the sentence is, once upon a time, there was a little dragon. And it just does the whole thing all over again for the next word, and the next, building the story one word at a time. And once you understand this next word game, that's the key. That's how you separate all the crazy hype from what this tool can actually do and what it can't. So this is exactly why it sounds so smart. It is an absolute master at spotting patterns and sounding natural, because it's seen way more text than any human ever could. But, and this is a big but, it has zero concept of what's true and what's a lie. It can't tell the difference. It just knows what a true sounding sentence looks like based on all those patterns. So back to that big question, is it alive? The answer is a hard no. It's way more accurate to think of it like, well, like a calculator, but for words. You give it an input, it runs the math, and it gives you an output. There's no conscious mind in there, no feelings, no secret plans, just math and probabilities. And this is also why it sometimes just makes stuff up. You've probably heard people call this hallucinating. It's not lying, because to lie you have to know what the truth is. It's just predicting a string of words that sounds really convincing, even if it's totally wrong. It cares more about sounding right than being right. And that right there is why you, the human, always have to check its work. Okay, so we've gone through a lot here, but this whole thing, it really just boils down to one simple core idea. This is your one-line takeaway. Here it is. If anyone ever asks you how this stuff works, this is the only sentence you need.
ChatGPT is a machine that learned language by reading a lot and answering by guessing the next best word. That's it. It's not magic, it's just a really powerful prediction machine.
So the next time you're using it, just remember what's going on behind the scenes. There's no magic, there's no consciousness. It's just some really, really smart math that's gotten incredibly good at playing that next word game.
Okay, so why does any of this matter to you? Well, because now you actually understand AI better than most people. And when you understand how a tool works, you can use it way more effectively. You know what it's great for and what it's not so great for. Now you can use it to help you learn faster, think better, and create more amazing things. So just remember this, AI is the tool. You are the boss. It's there to help you, but you're the one calling the shots. You're the thinker. You're the creator. You're in charge.